things happened, and then Nick was one of the only people that I like the way Nick looks, like pause and all that. But like Nick is the shit. He looks cool when he plays, and he sounds hella good, and he has a good vibe. And we were playing in a band before, and I was like, I'm getting that dude. And then so I called him, and I don't even know how I got his number, but we called each other. We went to school together before that, and he was down, but we never got the logistics together. And then I called Viv. I think I called Viv before I called Nick, but I already knew she was gonna be down to play in my band because we known each other forever, and I would always come over her house and bother her. And so it wasn't really that weird, other than just like, you know, the way the earth was forming. It's just like it just all forms differently than you always expect.
Our album dropped on...
No, it actually rose.
Well,
it rose on January 18th.
It rose.
Yeah, it didn't drop. It rose.
It rose. I like that.
January 18th, our album debuted, and you know, we had a little bit of technical difficulties. So,
for our label?
Yeah, so we're not on iTunes yet.
We have physical.
We have physical copies, so anybody who wants a CD...
We want to touch you and rub you and hump
come
you.
to our show and get a CD from the merch table. You know, you have a better chance of getting it autographed that way as well. But, you know, we worked on it for like, I don't know, it only took us a few months between like recording and mixing and mastering. It was all about like 4 months. And, you know, they recorded
13 tracks.
Yeah.
That's over an hour, you know.
It's about this fucking baby with a big ass horn in his fucking forehead. And it's like, the baby's like a unicorn. And I don't know, it's like, it was like our baby. Like we had a tri baby.
We had a love child.
It was a triangle baby. But like I gave birth. It came like right out of my hole. And you can pick which one. And then yeah, it came. We made the record super fast.
Yeah.
We were quickies, and
it was basically just an explosion of like everything.
Sexual orgasm in the studio.
Jack Daniels.
Yeah.
Yeah. It became you know, just really self-expression. Like, is as plain as I can put it. We just really wanted to do what made us feel good and see what we could do. Like, this is our first time all working together, although we had, you know, or they had met, or we had worked together and they had worked together. We had never all did anything together.
We never played a show together
and we
before.
all, you know, brought like different things to the project. So, you know, in the end, it really came out as
a unique sound.
Yeah.
That you can only get with the three of us. It's really entertaining, high energy. There's a lot of psychedelic parts and heavy parts, fast, slow. There's party stuff on there, you know. There's a lot of jams, and which is good because we wanted to write the record so we can play it live, you know. So we put a lot of jam sessions, our parts in the songs, you know, so we could change how it's gonna sound live every night we play it, you know. So.
It's also like us like putting our toe in the water. More like just testing what each other likes, what we sound better doing together. Because it was our first time. We didn't play shows. We didn't record before. They met the day that we started. So I don't know.
I didn't even know she was the singer. When we got in the car, we were talking, and I didn't know who I was talking to. I think it might have been like 2 or 3 days before I figured it out.
Me and Nick wrote the music. Some stuff, like he would start playing and I would have my iPhone and I'd put the shit on the voice memo. And so I'll start recording shit. I'm like, that's it. He wouldn't even know what he was doing, but I was just like hearing him, listening. And then some other stuff, like, I mean, I had drum patterns too, and I'll just voice memo my drum pattern and I'll sing a melody.
Yeah, like the West Coast lick, the guitar lick, Tom was totally, he had the drum pattern already, and then he just hummed out the actual melody, and I just figured it out, and then he was like, no, more reggae, you know. So I was like, okay, now I can throw this chord in there, you know, and then that's how West Coast came out.
We just did it really fast, kind of like improv, but recording while we're doing it. Like, it was kind of like writing and recording at the exact same time.
Yeah.
And then
that's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
They did it in like 7 days, so
And did you have an easy time with that, being the vocalist?
Well, I wasn't present for most of the music recording. They were doing a lot of it while I was at work. I was still like doing the 9 to 5 thing when he called me and asked me to be a part of this project. So initially,
I took her out the Matrix.
Yeah, initially I was. Yeah, I took the pill, but we. You know, I would come through and bring them dinner and like, you know, drinks and shit, and, you know, get to listen to what they had been doing all day. And we did like start recording a little bit in that first 2 weeks. I did about like 5 songs. But I got the luxury of taking a little bit more time to finish recording the vocals, because we did most of those at home. And so I mostly started writing to the songs that moved me, like the songs that gave me a feeling and gave me like an initial idea of like, what does this music remind me of? How does it make me feel, you know? And I really do a lot of my writing from that standpoint, because I believe that music already has an expression. It's already telling you something before there's words. And I like to try to go with that more than, you know, try to just make up my own thing. And so you know, I got to take like about a month to write all the lyrics, and I did write all the songs by myself. And then, you know, ask, you know, Thomas and Nick, like, well, what do you think about this? Or like, you know, if I was having a harder time with something, like, do you guys have any ideas? Like, what did this song make you feel like? Like, what do you think of when you hear this? Or Thomas would just be like, what if you were a natural disaster? Or like, what if you were a suicide bomber? Or like, you know, what if you were God? Like, you know, just random stuff. And so,
like, we think totally different. Like, me and Nick, we throw a pebble into the atmosphere, and she waits for the atmosphere to throw a pebble onto her. So it's like the push and pull of that.
which you know is, I think that's cool. Well,
Kirby
we
Lane.
like, yeah, Kirby Lane. We've eaten there twice already.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah,
Super
tortilla
I like
soup.
the bars. I like
Tortilla soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tortilla. I don't know. I like the food. I like the people. I like looking at people on fixed gears. It reminds me of home.
Yeah.
And I like, you know, just all the kids that's around going to school and shit. And then, you know, all the clubs. I like the whole, like, I don't know, the music atmosphere. The fact that there's always something going on musically, and it's not necessarily some shitty ass DJ with playing some fucking 80s techno music. Like, I love that about Austin. And just the fact that it's cool and it's got good weather, and people here want to fucking see shows. Like, they like music, you know? And it's not expensive like California. That's the other thing I like about it. I just want to thank everybody in Texas, period, not just Austin, just because I have a special love for you guys. And I used to really be scared of Texas because of Bush and just like all the stigmas with, you know, being black in the South. But I'm pretty excited about being here. We got through the borders pretty cool. And yeah, I just think you guys are cool.
Yeah.
And thank you guys for throwing trees on
Austin
stage.
artists. Austin artists, you guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Doing this for us.
More touring.
Album 2. We've been working
recording.
on our second record already. And we're also hoping that we can start helping some of the other artists that are interested in getting their records out, because we do have our own label. So we're hoping to get into some distribution for other bands, and you know, just getting out there into Europe and whatnot. We haven't got our international distribution yet, so we're trying to get out of the States and just keep working and keep growing and keep learning each other, and you know, getting better and better.
It's kind of hard to say what's about to happen because we only been a band for a year. And we started recording the record the year before last, well, 2009 in December 17th. And it's like January, I don't even know the date, of
24.
you know, 11 or whatever. So I'm just trying to put out as much music before the world ends, man. Like, if 2012 happens, man, fuck it. We put out as much shit as possible. And if it doesn't end, fuck it. We put as much music out as possible. So